It's week 12 in the ELF. It's crunch time.
We doing everything they talk about. You know I'm everything a boss about. Not putting work and gotta toss them out. I'm really biting, they just barking out. I'm really riding, they just parking now. His street, what to talk about. See the big H when I'm walking out. Yeah.
Welcome, Athletes Forum Podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. What's up, Locker Room? How's everything going? Wanted to reach out because we're in week 12 of the European League of Football now, and it's getting down to the nitty gritty. It's getting down to the nitty gritty, and I'm here to break down week 12 briefly, real quick. As we've been competing with First Down Magazine. Shout out to them. Subscribe to the channel as well. But just wanted to preview some of the games, give you some of my thoughts, what to look forward to, what to look for, who's on trap game alert, who's on upset alert, and how everything might work out this weekend. So let's dive right into it. Again, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. This is an interactive podcast, so let me know what you guys think, all right? As we dive into week 12, all right? Week 12 in the European League of Football, a couple familiar matches as expected around this time of the year, but we're going to dive into it. So the first game, Prague versus the Enthroners. Hey, Prague has yet to win a game in the ELF. For me, their only chance was to win one when they were at home. They're now playing the Enthroners coming off a bye. If they can't stop Robitaille or at least double him and allow Mangle to go to his other threats, this is going to be a long day. But one thing I would say is that Prague, now playing with David Perkins, have been a little bit of a different team. They have been scoring more, have been competing more with a couple teams, the Vikings, Munich. So this game could get interesting, but fool me once, shame on me. I'm going with the Enthroners to win this one. All right. Next game. Hey, we got Madrid versus Frankfurt. Hey, this is a trap game. This is a trap game for Madrid. Obviously, Frankfurt coming off that loss, giving up 21 points, a 21-point lead to Cologne Centurions. They're eliminated for playoffs, but they have nothing to play for. But, guys are still competing. And I think Madrid, if they want to start looking ahead towards Paris, as they're fighting for playoff contention as well, could get a little interesting. This could be a trap game. Stephen Duncan has been playing well. We do get a little bit of a different Stephen Duncan in bigger games. Now, is this a big game? I don't necessarily think so, but home game for Frankfurt. They're playing for a lot of pride. They're bringing out their black jerseys. This game is giving me year 2 vibes when Vienna went to Frankfurt and they lost. I think we could get a similar outcome. I'm actually going for it. I think Frankfurt upsets Madrid this week in their all black uniforms. Next game we got the Raiders versus the Surge. Riley Hennessy coming off an injury. How is it? Is he okay? All right, we're getting closer to the nitty-gritty. Do the Surge want to take that chance and play him? We'll see how it all pans out. Raiders are a team coming off a bye. I'll tell you what, the Raiders' run game is ruthless and unapologetic to anyone, and I got a lot of respect for the Raiders. I did not expect the Raiders to be the team that they are this year, but kudos to them. Obviously, coming in with a lot of heat, making the quarterback change again. Looks like they made the right decision. Gotta give them their props. It's easy to tear a team down, but you gotta give them their props when they're due. But how do they compete against the Surge? This is a team that has dominated the Central over the past 2 seasons. Are they ready to, make their mark? Because they're going to have to beat these type of teams if they want to be a championship team. I don't think they do it this week. I'm going to pick the Surge. But I do think the Raiders, I might be going down a limb and say the Raiders might be one of the most dangerous teams heading into, this time of the year, especially if they make it into the playoffs, just because defense travels, run game travels. All right. So we'll see how it pans out, but I'll pick the Surge to win this game. Paris versus Cologne. Hey, this is a trap game. And I know Paris just came off a big win versus Berlin, but Berlin continues to disappoint us. Berlin should have beat the Fire. They should have beat Paris. They should have beat the Panthers. All right, they should be deeper into this playoff contentions, but they're not. So, with that being said, Paris, I don't want to take anything from you because that was a good comeback win. Cologne's been playing good. You got to give them their credit. Isaiah Wee, #legalize it. I feel like last week they got more into a rhythm of who they want to be. When they played Madrid, they got out of whack. It wasn't the Cologne team that, you know, we typically get year in, year out. And now they're hot. And the reason why they're hot is, yeah, they're playing good defense, but the homegrown receivers are stepping up. It's not just Carlos Hill, who was the player of the week this week. It's not just him. You know, there are a lot of guys stepping up for Cologne. I think Paris comes out here with a win. This is their fourth, I think, away game. Due to the Olympics, they've been traveling a lot, but I think they come out, you know, with the win, beat the Cologne Centurions, and you know, perform well in this game. Barcelona and Munich, don't count Barcelona out. They went through a lot. We thought they'd be gone by now, but don't count them out. I'm counting them out on this game. Munich's gonna win this game. It'd be interesting to see how Barcelona is coming off a bye. They got a chance to regroup, develop a little bit more chemistry, you know, with their new quarterback and running back. Munich's just been on a tear. Munich is really just playing to get to the Raider game because that's going to decide. You know, Munich, Paris, Madrid, Raiders, they all technically control their own destiny. You know, all they have to do is win out. They all play each other. You know, so whoever wins out is going to get their shot at the playoffs. So Munich's really just waiting to get to that Raider game. And last time his team played, there was only a half. Markel Castle and Jeffers connected for 4 touchdowns in the first half. You know, points do play a factor. So if they got to get a chance, if they have to run it up and they have a chance to, they're going to do it. It is what it is. I'm going to pick Munich to win this game. All right. The Panthers versus Berlin. God, if you would have told me these two teams are where they at right now in the season, preseason, I would have called you a liar. I thought these two teams, I thought this would be the game to win, possibly. Again, we didn't know what the Vikings were, but I thought this game will have a lot more weight than what it does right now. You know, who are the Panthers? Are they playing with Jordan Norwood at quarterback again? They can't play with a basic offensive game plan like they did against Prague. Berlin, you know, Aaron Jackson a little banged up. Where's Robin Wilczek? I haven't heard much from him. You know, these two teams have been very disappointing this year. Very disappointing this year. I'm going to rock with Berlin at home to take the win. Do I feel good about it? No. But, you know, we'll see what happens. And then last game of the week. Man, Hamburg and Frankfurt have taken a turn for the worse. The worst. From where these two teams started to where they're at now, these two teams, Frankfurt and the Hamburg Sea Devils, grossly overestimated what their team were. They missed it. They missed the mark. They missed the evaluation of the team. And it's weird because these two teams look the part. You know, you look in preseason, these teams look like they're those teams that are going to compete and win, and you know, and make the West even more interesting than what it is. But we got teams losing to. Oh man, I didn't think these two teams would go to where they're going now. I won't spend too much time on this. I know this game is personal for a lot of guys on that Fire team that have played for Hamburg. So I'm going to rock with the Fire to win this game. I think, you know, Hamburg and Frankfurt really need to regroup next offseason because those two teams are like, you know, the OGs. They were the initial 8 when the league started. And we don't want to see them take the turn that they took this season. So we'll see. But I'm picking the Fire to win this game. I'm not going to drag it out. But those are my picks. Those are my picks for Week 12 in the European League of Football. We'll see how everything works out. But drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Let's keep this interactive. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. And we'll see what's next coming down the pipeline.